Simon Ekpa is a killer, a fraudster. Enugu state government promises the zoo to help them with more evidence to aid the prosecution of the Prime Minister of BG. Should I remind you that in Kano East and Kano West, Eha Amufu have been taken over by Fulani terrorists. In fact, as I'm talking to you now, they are chasing our brothers and sisters out from their ancestral lands. I can assure you that if they continue this way, Enugu State will be the first southeastern state to erect an IDP camp. We have a governor who calls EKPA by all sorts of names. We have a governor who is doing nothing other than looking for Simon Ekpa, as if Simon Ekpa is the reason why his internally generated revenue have not risen from where it was. As if Simon Ekpa is the reason why the police are killing innocent citizens in Enugu State, including Iboja, without no remorse. As if Simon Ekpa is the reason why the Fulani government have not been performing. We are the architects of our own troubles, of our own problems, the Southeasterners. When others are talking, if not, they can shade their criminals and tell us that they are their foot soldiers. That is why you see Boko Harams everywhere and they never do anything. But that same government is busy now, jumping up and down, telling Finland on what to do, on how to extradite Simon Ekpa to a country that don't have any single respect for human rights, or the country that practices human rights abuses at the highest order. A country with the highest height of hypocrisy and psychophancy. And you think Finland will be so daft and so dull not to know that Nigeria is not a country but a zoo, as Betty Akredolu called, and that is what it is. Let me tell you people the simple truth, and things that will bubble you. I mean, things that will break your bubbles. Why presidency Tinubu are yet to react to Simon Ekpa's arrest? Because one, they don't have a extradition treaty or bilateral agreement with Finland regarding on that. Two, they know that Simon Ekpa, no matter how you see it, Simon Ekpa will defend himself to the highest level and he will be freed. These are the part of the vital informations that the so-called zoo have looked onto, and nobody dares to talk anything. The presidency is mute. The president himself is mute. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, all of them is mute. If Nigeria could have a bilateral agreement with Finland on extradition by now, Bayo Ononoga, the ethnic bigot, would have been warming his mouth at this point in time. But everywhere is silent. It's only the Igbos who are celebrating that their own son is being detained. Hey, Igbo kwenu, Igbo kwezuonu, Igbo ndara, Igbo na-eme onwe fa. Igbo na-apụta obi adịfa mma na nwanne ha na-ata afụ na-ata aja. The only thing they would like is for that one to be calling him Odogu okay, Odogu this, Odogu that. To hell with that Odogu. Odogu my feet. Dara. Enugu State government is celebrating. Even the presidency of the country, all of them shut their mouth up because they know. Highest Simon Ekpa will spend in Finland prison. Highest. Because the investigation for now is still proven. He still stands innocent until proven guilty. But look at our people, they are celebrating. Who don't know law? They said it's Dr. Peter Mba. As a lawyer now, but you don't know law. You are celebrating over the rights of Simon Ekpa, not even minding whether he is guilty or not guilty. Because he who alleges must prove. So they say that he is a terrorist, must provide an evidence beyond reasonable doubt for the government of Finland to convince him. To prosecute him. But look at it. Celebration everywhere. IPOP Nigeria is celebrating. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is celebrating. What they call it? Ohaneze Iberibe is celebrating. Now Peter Mba is also celebrating. Can you imagine that? Joining the sycophants, the Afonja, to celebrate against their own brother's downfall. Tinubu is messing up at Aso Rock big time. No any Yoruba or whatsoever will ever come out to say anything. No any group. If you say anything concerning Tinubu, all the whole group, Afenifere, Odua, the rest, all of them, including Yoruba Nation, all will shut your mouth up and tell you, he is our son. We need to protect him. Even if they are bearing the brunt, even if they are the receiving end of that very particular government, though they don't care. As long as that person is Yoruba, it is okay with them. But the Igbos, Igbo Enweze, another try, rejected a 6-year single tenure bill. This is a temporary setback. Ugochinyere, Imo State. Simon Ekpa should be shot. His arrest is overdue. APC chieftain Onapasa. This man is crying blood. After helping Tinubu to rig election, now a big power don't hit him. The same way Joe Ibokwe is crying, that is the same way this vulture, this headed vulture, this Paraga man is crying. Say anyway they see Simon Ekpa, they should shot him. No problem. You have a gun. Why can't you go and shot him by yourself? My people, I beg and I hear we go test our news. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. Don't mind my language this morning because I'm angry in my spirit. Seeing all the whole news, all the whole Nigerian newspaper are being filled with Igbos celebrating the arrest of Simon Ekpa. But they are also praising Tinubu, who is making their life to bend. They are praising him. They are saying, give him time. He will do this, he will do that. None of them have ever condemned the incessant killings in the Biafra land. But now they are celebrating who he is fighting to defend the Biafran territory. I rest my case. The Enugu State government has expressed appreciation to the government of the Republic of Finland for arresting Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters in Abuja on Thursday announced plans to extradite Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed Prime Minister of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, to face charges in Nigeria. Brigadier General Tuku Busao, the Director of Defense Information, announced and confirmed that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Chris Musa, welcomed Ekpa's arrest in Finland. Nigerian News report that the stand of the Defense Headquarters comes after Ekpa was remanded by Finance District Court in Leti on probable cause of public incitement to commit a crime with terrorist intent in Nigeria. Reacting to the development, the Enugu State government characterized Ekpa as a common criminal, a fraudster, and a terrorist, asserting that he does not genuinely represent the interests of the Igbo people. Furthermore, the government labeled Ekpa as a murderer and a swindler, claiming that he takes pleasure in harming his own people while profiting from their sufferings. Enugu State has declared its readiness to provide evidence of atrocities committed by Ekpa against the Igbo community in support of his prosecution and conviction. Whether in Finland or in Nigeria, say they are ready to provide evidence. We are waiting for you, Oga. Nigerian News report that this information was conveyed in a statement released by the Secretary to the State Government, Prof. Chidebere Onya, on Friday. The Enugu State Government welcomes the arrest of the Finland-based terrorist Simon Ekpa. His arrest and trial will no doubt go a long way in strengthening peace, security, and stability in all parts of the Southeast. This arrest is in line with the demand of Governor Peter Mba's administration, which had repeatedly made it known that Ekpa is a megalomaniac, common criminal, murderer, and fraudster who takes joy in feeding fat on the manipulated emotions of Ndigbo and inflicting misery on the southeast region. EKPA has for long and unfortunately from Finland made a living by creating a sage climate and mentality in the southeast, destroying lives, property, and Igbo trademark of entrepreneurship and hard work. He thrives on manipulating, exploiting, and extorting the people on the pretext of fighting for their interest and for the restoration of Biafra, the government said. Why presidency Tinubu are yet to react to EKPA's arrest? Hours after the arrest of Biafra Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Finland, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is yet to make any official reactions. Similarly, there has been no official statement from the presidency or any of the president aides on the arrest. Okute News records Ekpa and 4 others were arrested and detained by a Finnish district court in Leyte on probable cause of public incitement to commit a crime with the terrorist intent in Nigeria. Authorities allege that Ekpa used social media platforms to spread separatist propaganda linked to IPOB, which advocate for the secession of southeastern Nigeria. These activities are reported to date back to October 2021. In addition to these charges, finance authorities have previously investigated EKPA for alleged financial crimes, including fundraising through dubious means. While the arrests have continued to generate a boost on both conventional and social media, the presidency has been silent on the development. Quoting the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayononoga, Vanguard said it was the National Security Advisor or the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, and Minister of Justice, who was the right person to comment on the issue. Now, boil don't touch up their mouth. Similarly, the special advisor to the president on policy communication, Daniel Boala, said he is here to know the mind of his principal and can't preempt him. He added that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is currently out of the country on official assignment and has not been properly briefed in order to take a position on the matter. Boala said, "You know that the role of a spokesperson is to speak the mind of your principal, and you cannot preempt the principal until you hear so. For example, this event took place in Finland, so the natural thing is that probably the embassy in Finland will brief the Foreign Affairs Office. Then the Foreign Affairs Office will probably brief the National Security Advisor or the President directly. And then the President will take a position which will then give us the insight into his position on the matter, and we will be able to respond to the media." I can tell you, even the presidency now, they are hanging on the air because what Onyekolo said yesterday is what is keeping Nigeria down. It indicted them in many areas. One, you trample upon the right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you kidnapped him, you abuse people in your government, you arrested minors, no any single kind of succor on the people you claim you are serving or you are leading. You remove fuel subsidy and flood the naira. People are dying every day, committing suicide. In Nigeria, as of this moment, there's no any middle class again. It's either you are rich or you are stickingly poor. And the same government will now be writing to Finland, you need to Sadat EKPA. It's causing confusion. Is EKPA the reason why the Northerners have been in this area for many years or many decades now? Maybe it was EKPA when he was inside his mother's stomach. Is EKPA the reason why we have Rukalawa in Kebbi State and Sokoto State? What about Bello Tunji? Where is him? What about Sheikh Gumi? What about the 400 names that have been given to them that are sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria? Where are they? And how many of them have been captured and persecuted? The answer is 0. And you want him to write a letter all the way to Finland about how many thousand miles away, because you claim to love the Southeasterners more than they love themselves. The Southeasterners that you are demoting from your office and appointing Yorubas everywhere, every now and then. And now the same Tinubu now will come out and said, I love Southeasterners, I want peace to remain. But they have told you the basis in which peace will return in the Southeast. They didn't name the Kano, or I refuse. Now Simon Ekpa is the one that make a peace to return to the Southeast. Or I no get brain. Or the why me? At the moment, the president is out of the country and probably must be on his way, and then there is no official statement from the Foreign Affairs Ministry. So, it will amount to, I don't want to say gaslighting, it will amount to irresponsibility for a spokesman to take a position that is not the position of his principal. So maybe a little more time will help us to be able to get what the mind of the president is regarding the matter. Usually in a situation like that, it is not even the president that immediately acts in a nation of rule of law. In a nation of rule of law, the chief law officer of the country is the Attorney General. So probably, the Attorney General now will be coordinating with the Foreign Affairs Ministry if there is any government decision in respect of the matter. But I think that at this moment, in my view, I might be wrong, the procedure is that embassy, which is our foreign office here, there, will brief probably the Foreign Affairs Ministry. I think the Foreign Affairs will also must have traveled with the president. So it is too early to give a presidential opinion on this matter. Moving forward, rejected 6-year single tenure bill. This is a temporal setback. Ugochinyere Umo. The lead sponsor of the constitutional amendment bill for a 6-year single tenure for the president and governors, Ikenga Ugochinyere PDP Imo, has said that the rejected bill will be represented. Nigerian News report that the House of Representatives had rejected the bill when it came up for a second reading on Thursday. Apart from 6-year single tenure, the bill sets an amendment of the Constitution to allow all elections to take place in one day, as well as the rotation of the presidency between the North and the South geopolitical zones of the country. However, members have promised to conduct further consultations on the bill before introducing it at a later date. In a statement in Abuja, Ugochinyere said that the decision on the floor of the House did not put an end to the agitation, saying they will realize their objective as we move forward. He said the struggle to reform our constitutional democracy to be all-inclusive and provide avenue for justice, equity, and fairness has not been lost. But Ugochinyere, it's rather too late because Nigeria has spoiled. They are waiting for an Igbo man to climb there now to go and repair what they have spoiled, or what they have spoiled for over how many decades now? But I'm not serious. The decision on the floor of the House not to allow the bill for 6-year single tenure for presidency and governorship and for power to rotate between North and South, all elections to hold in one day, not to scare second reading, does not put an end to the agitation, and hope that we will realize this objective as soon as possible. This is temporal setback which does not affect the campaign for all-inclusive democratic process. We are going to review these decisions and find possible ways of reintroducing it after following due legislative procedures. All I can tell Nigerians is that we will continue the advocacy and convince our colleagues to see reasons with us. If elections are held in one day, it will reduce cost, reduce rigging, and also reduce criminalities. If power rotates, it will help de-escalate political tensions, and 6-year single term will go a long way in helping elective leaders focus on delivering their democratic mandate. All hope is not lost. We will continue the advocacy, and we hope that when reintroduced, our colleagues will support it to pass the final reading. According to Ugochinyere Imo. Simon Ekpa will be shot. His arrest is overdue. APC chieftain, the vulture, Chief Onopasa. A chieftain of the All Poverty Congress, APC, just Tega, Onopasa had reacted to the arrest and detention of the self-acclaimed Biafra Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Nigerian News earlier reported that Ekpa and some others were arrested in Finland over alleged links with terrorism. The court in Finland reportedly said Ekpa allegedly spread separatist propaganda on social media. It reported that Ekpa allegedly committed the crime on 23 August 2021 in Lehti, Finland. In addition to EKPA, BBC reported that the finest National Bureau of Investigation also demanded the detention of 4 other men on suspicion of terrorist offenses. In an interview on Arise Television, Onekpasa, the chairman of the Tinubu Media Support Group, said Simon Ekpa should be killed because he is liable for the murder of his fellow Igbos. He says Simon Ekpa's arrest is overdue. In fact, I encourage that he be shot because he was also killing others in Southeast. If a person is an enemy combatant, he is liable to be shot for killing his fellow Igbos. I am in full support of his arrest, according to Jesotega Onekpasa. Nigeria to move for Simon Ekpa's extradition from Finland. In latest news, the Nigerian Defense Headquarters in Abuja has announced plans to extradite Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, to face charges in Nigeria. In a statement on Thursday, Brigadier General Tuku Gusau, the Director of Defense Information, confirmed that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Mustafa Musa, welcomed Ekpa's arrest and in Finland and viewed it as a step towards ensuring justice. Gusau stated the CDS is happy with his arrest in Finland with the hope this will be a step towards his extradition to Nigeria so that he will face justice. Which justice? That is the question to ask. Which justice? The justice that the so-called Mumu, Christopher Musa, have never meted out to his own brothers, who are the ones destroying lives and properties in the Northeast, Northwest, and North Central. Criminals who killed, bombed, and destroyed many homes and families. You tied them, repented Boko Haram, and shaded them. Although, another try. My people, I beg and here we'll take a break, like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Mandia Neze. I'll be right back. Just have a nice day. Kemesiano.